My child, draw close and listen to the whisper of my spirit. Set aside the noise of your day, the multitude of tasks that pull at your attention, and the worries that seek to anchor your heart in troubled waters. For these next few moments, I ask for your undivided focus, for I am about to entrust you with a key, a truth so vital that it will become your anchor in the days ahead. I am calling you to prepare for what is coming, not with fear, but with a holy and divine readiness. Tonight, before you surrender to sleep, I am commanding you to arm yourself. This is not a suggestion, my beloved, but a divine instruction born of my infinite love and foreknowledge of your path. The seasons are turning, both in the world and in the spiritual realm, and I desire for you to be not a victim of circumstance, but a victor in my name. The battles that lie on the horizon are not fought with earthly might or human intellect. They are contested in the unseen, in the realm of faith, and they require a weapon that originates from my throne. I have not left you defenseless or unequipped. On the contrary, I have placed in your possession a weapon of immense power, an instrument not crafted by human hands or cooled in the rivers of this world. It is a weapon forged in the fires of my eternal spirit, sharpened by my unchanging truth, and given to you as a sacred inheritance. This weapon is my word. It is the living, breathing declaration of my will, my promises, and my very nature. It is more powerful than you can possibly comprehend. You may be accustomed to seeing my word as text on a page, as stories from antiquity, but I tell you it is alive. It is a double-edged sword, sharper than any physical blade, with the unique ability to penetrate the deepest layers of existence. It discerns the division between soul and spirit, between the fleeting emotions of your heart and the eternal truth of your identity in me. It lays bare the hidden motives and intentions, both in you and in the forces that oppose you. The spiritual world does not react to your fears or your doubts, but it trembles and falls back when my word is spoken in faith. Every time you take one of my promises and declare it as your own reality, you are not just speaking empty phrases. You are releasing the creative power that formed the cosmos. You are activating my authority in your life. With every declaration of faith, waves of my light push back the encroaching darkness. With every proclamation of my truth, you dispatch angelic hosts who hearken to the voice of my word, sent to bring into manifestation on earth what has already been settled in heaven. So tonight, my child, I call you to a sacred appointment. Lay aside the burdens of the day, the frustrations, the disappointments, the weariness. Come away with me into the secret place of your heart, into the stillness where my voice is not a distant thunder but a clear and intimate whisper. It is in this place of quiet communion that I will teach you how to fight. Not as the world fights, with aggression and clamor, but as my kingdom advances, with the unstoppable force of prayer, the unshakable authority of my promises, and the absolute protection of my name. I will teach your hands to war and your fingers to fight in the spirit. When you wield this weapon, you must understand the posture of your heart. Do not speak my promises as if you are hoping they might be true. Speak them as one who has already witnessed the victory through the eyes of faith. Stand on my word as a man stands on solid rock, not on shifting sand. What I have declared in the heavenly realm is a finished reality. Your role is to bring that heavenly reality into your earthly experience through the powerful agreement of your lips and the unwavering trust of your heart. Understand this, my child. The nature of the warfare you will face is often subtle. It is not always a frontal assault. Sometimes the battle will be a quiet whisper in the corridors of your mind, a seed of doubt planted to make you question my love or my power. It will suggest that you are forgotten, that your prayers are unheard, that the problem is too big even for me. Other times, the battle will manifest as challenging circumstances around you, situations designed to shake your confidence and steal your peace. It might be a financial pressure, a health concern, or a relational conflict. Still other times, the enemy will press upon the hearts of those you love, seeking to sow discord, fear, or confusion, hoping to wound you through them. But you are not defenseless. I have not sent you into this world to be a pawn of darkness. My Spirit who dwells within you is a shield of impenetrable fire. My blood shed for you is the banner of victory that flies over your life, marking you as my own. And my word in your mouth is the sword you will use to sever the enemy's hold. This is my solemn promise. No weapon forged against you will ever prosper, and every tongue that rises against you in judgment you will condemn. This is your heritage as my child, but it is a heritage you must actively possess. You ask, Lord, what exactly is this weapon? How do I hold it? I tell you, it is multifaceted like a brilliant diamond. It is the obedience that flows from a heart of pure love for me, not from a sense of religious duty. It is the faith that is ignited by a personal revelation of who I am, not just what you have been told about me. It is the praise that erupts from your spirit even in the midnight hour of your trial, when everything around you seems bleak. Praise is a weapon that silences the accuser and endureth my presence in the midst of your trouble. This weapon is the spoken word of God, released with the authority I have given you. It is the whispered prayer in the quiet of your room, a prayer that moves heaven more than the loudest shouts of a king. It is the bold declaration of my promises when circumstances scream the opposite. It is the spirit of gratitude that refuses to bow its knee to the spirit of fear. It is the relentless hope that clings to me when all other supports have crumbled away. And ultimately, it is the complete surrender of your own strength, which allows my limitless power to flow through you. So tonight, when the house is still and the world outside is cloaked in darkness, I call you to take this spiritual weapon into your hands. Take my word, the Holy Scripture, and begin to speak it over your life. Speak it over your home, declaring it a sanctuary of my presence, a place where peace reigns and darkness cannot enter. Speak it over your body, commanding it to align with my will for health and wholeness. Speak it over your mind, breaking every chain of anxiety, depression, and confusion. Speak it over your destiny, declaring that my plans for you, plans for good and not for evil, to give you a future and a hope. It'll come to pass. Cover your loved ones in a blanket of prayer. Speak my promises over your spouse, your children, your parents, and your friends. Declare that no force of darkness will trespass upon the territory I have granted you. Where the enemy has sown seeds of discord, you must speak peace. Where sickness has tried to take root, you must speak healing. Where the threat of lack has caused fear, you must speak my name as Jehovah Jireh, your provider. Do this with confidence, for I am the Lord who watches over my word to perform it. It is my absolute delight to see my children rise up and stand boldly in the authority of what I have already decreed. Do not be afraid of what lies ahead. Fear is a liar, and it has no authority in the heart where my perfect love has been poured out. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. I have already walked through every one of your tomorrows. I have already seen every challenge you will face, and I have already prepared pathways of deliverance and opened doors of favor for you. My call to you now is not a call to anxious striving, but to a state of steady, prepared faith. This weapon I give you is not meant to be kept in a sheath, admired but never used. It must be drawn daily. You must sharpen it through meditation on my scriptures, and you must become skilled in wielding it with unwavering confidence. The night is not just for sleeping. The night watch is a sacred time for a spiritual guard to stand post, to watch over their heart, their family, and the promises I have entrusted to them. I see the questions that trouble your heart, my child. I see the areas where the unknown has pressed against your peace and created anxiety. But I assure you, The unknown is not unknown to me. Every hour of your journey is meticulously recorded in my book. Every trial has been matched with a provision of grace. Every tear you have ever cried has been counted and kept. The weapon I am giving you is your direct link to my eternal assurance. It is the living connection to the unbreakable covenant I have sealed with the precious blood of my Son. Do not doubt the weapon's power because you feel the frailty of your own hands. It is my power, moving through you, that gives it its unstoppable force. So come before me tonight. Purposefully lay aside every distraction. Let gratitude be the first offering you bring. Thank me for the battles I have already fought and won for you that you never even knew about. Thank me for the dangers I have shielded you from. Thank me for my mercies that are new for you every single morning. Then, with a heart unburdened by fear and full of thanksgiving, listen. Listen as I whisper strategies into your spirit. I will give you the specific words to declare, the exact scriptures to proclaim, the promises to hold high like a banner over your home. The enemy simply cannot touch what has been consecrated and sealed by the voice of my word spoken in faith. This weapon is not a one-time tool for tonight's exercise. It is your constant companion for all the days and nights yet to unfold. There will be times when the winds of adversity howl and the storms of life appear overwhelming. But you will not be moved because your anchor is not in this world. It is cast deep within the veil in me. You will look at situations that cause others to panic, and you will declare with peace, "This shall not come near me, for the word of my God is my shield and my fortress." You will hear reports of chaos and turmoil in the world, yet you will rest in a profound peace, because you have learned to make my promises louder in your ears than the noise of the world. My child, do you truly comprehend the authority I have placed upon your lips? The power of life and death resides in your tongue, and I have called you to be a speaker of life. When you raise your voice in prayer and declaration tonight, do not approach me with a timid wish. Come with a bold decree, rooted in your identity as my heir. Declare, "Thus says the Lord concerning me, His word shall stand firm in my life. His good plan shall prevail over every other influence. His glory shall be seen through me." Angels pay attention to such words. Darkness flees from such light. The very atmosphere in your home will shift under the spiritual weight of faith-filled declarations. Do not measure the effectiveness of your prayers by their length or by their eloquence. Measure them by their alignment with my truth. A single sentence spoken in faith and grounded in my word carries more power than 1,000 beautifully crafted but empty speeches. Speak my word as if it is already done, because in the dimension of heaven, it is. Let your heart come into full agreement with what I have declared. Let your lips seal that declaration in the earth, and then let your life be a walking testament to that truth. This, my child, is how you wield the weapon I have given you. And when the sun rises tomorrow, do not set this weapon aside. Keep it close to you. As you walk, as you work, as you interact with others, be conscious of the sword of the Spirit. There will be moments throughout your day, subtle temptations, sudden fears, difficult conversations, where you will feel the pressure of opposition. In those moments, I want you to recall this night. Remember my instruction. In your heart or under your breath, lift up the weapon of my word. Speak my peace into the chaos. Speak my healing into the pain. Speak my joy into the sorrow. Speak my hope into the despair. You are not just trying to survive the days to come. You are an ambassador of my kingdom, actively advancing its borders and carrying my light into every dark place you go. I have equipped you with more than just words, my beloved. I have placed my own spirit, the very breath of heaven, inside of you. He is your teacher, your guide, your counselor, and your intercessor who prays for you when you don't have the words. Lean on him completely. Listen for his gentle nudges and promptings. Let him bring scriptures to your remembrance at the perfect moment. Let him stir songs of praise and worship within you. When you worship me, you wield a weapon that the enemy cannot stand. Worship enthroneth me in the center of your circumstances, and where I am enthroned as king, no darkness can possibly remain. Furthermore, understand that this weapon is forged in truth, and truth cannot be separated from a life of holiness. Guard your heart with all diligence, for from it flow the springs of life. Guard your thoughts, taking every one captive and making it obedient to Christ. Guard your steps, choosing the path of righteousness. A weapon that is dulled by compromise with the world loses its sharpness. But a weapon that is kept clean and sharp through a life of loving obedience to me will cut cleanly through every snare the enemy lays for you. When temptation whispers, run to me. When you feel weak, call upon my strength. When weariness settles upon your soul, come and rest in my arms. I am not calling you to battle by yourself. I am calling you into a life of constant, moment-by-moment communion with me. There will be moments in the days ahead where you will stand at a crossroads, facing decisions that seem small but carry a spiritual weight you cannot yet see. In those moments, pause. Do not act hastily. The enemy loves to rush you into decisions based on fear or pressure, but my wisdom is found when you wait upon me. And when my direction comes, it will be accompanied by peace. Then, move boldly, knowing that I will go before you and confirm my word with signs following. Hear me, my precious child. No weapon formed against you will prosper, but this is not a passive promise. It is an active one. I am calling you to rise up and declare it. I am calling you to cover your home, your mind, your finances, and your future with the shield of faith and the sword of the Spirit. You are not a victim of these times. You are a vessel of my glory, an heir of my kingdom, and a carrier of my eternal light. Do not ever underestimate the power I have placed within you. Do not ever let the enemy convince you that you are small, insignificant, or powerless. You carry the authority of heaven itself because you are mine. Tonight, as you wield this weapon, do not only pray for your own needs. Stand in the gap for others. Lift up the names of those who are weary, those who have lost sight of hope, those who are entangled in fear or sin. Declare my promises over their lives. Speak freedom over the captive and healing over the brokenhearted. As you do this, you will see breakthroughs not only in your own life, but you will become a conduit for my power to flow into the lives of those you cover in prayer. It is my great joy to answer the selfless cries of my children on behalf of others. I know the battles that have wearied you. I have seen the silent wars you have fought in your mind and the hidden tears you have cried in the night. I have seen every time you have chosen to trust me when answers seemed far away. And I tell you, not a single moment of your faith has gone unseen. Not one prayer has been forgotten. I am the God who remembers, the God who rewards, and the God who restores. The weapon I am calling you to wield tonight will not only protect you, but it will also propel you forward into a season of fulfillment, where promises you have long waited for will begin to spring forth like flowers after a long winter. Do not look to your right or to your left, measuring your journey against the paths of others. The road I have crafted for you is unique, designed with perfect precision and infinite love. The days ahead will not be without their challenges, but they will never be without my grace. At every step, I will supply exactly what you need. Trust me enough to believe that the weapon I give you is more than enough to carry you through the deepest valleys and up the highest mountains. And know this, my beloved, the greatest victories are often won in the unseen before they are ever demonstrated in the seen. The seeds of prayer you sow in faith tonight may not appear to bloom by morning, but they carry an eternal guarantee. They will not fail to bear fruit. In my perfect timing, what you have spoken in faith shall manifest. What you have declared in my name shall stand firm. What you have believed in your heart shall be made visible for all to see. Therefore, hold fast to the confession of your hope without wavering, for I who have promised am faithful. So take up the weapon, my child. Lift it with faith. Wield it with confidence. And then rest in the unshakable assurance that I go before you, I stand beside you, and I dwell within you. The darkness may whisper its lies, but it cannot prevail against my light. The winds of circumstance may rise, but they cannot uproot what I have planted. The battle may roar, but the victory has already been written, and your name is in it. Tonight is not merely a preparation. It is an activation of the power and authority that has been yours all along. Speak, declare, believe, and then rest in me. For I am the Lord your God, and I am with you always, even to the end of the age.